Hello all and welcome to your Friday evening's beer review. Very lazy evening. So lazy that I didn't even review a beer last night, Thursday, because I was just too lazy to even turn on the camera. Who knows, I might do some cleaning after I have a couple of beers, because I desperately need to clean. I always desperately need to clean. I do clean, it's just I mess more than I clean. Anyways, what are we reviewing this week? Well, the Maui Brewing winter seasonal release. Oh, and by the way, if you haven't noticed, winter's finally here in Hawaii. It's finally down to about 74 degrees. There's a light rain outside. Hence, I have my flannel on because it's cold. By Hawaii standards, I know all of you people are like, "Oh, it's 75 degrees." Oh, well, you acclimate to certain temperatures, and you know what? I'm very heat tolerant. I am not very cold tolerant. Anyways, this particular beer has, I've never seen a local brewer put out like a winter warmer, and that is, of course, because of Hawaii's weather. So this is Maui Brewery's limited release Mango Sticky Rice, an India Pale Ale brewed with lactose, mangoes, jasmine rice, and toasted coconut. 6.2 ABV. I'm quite happy for that. I am so tired of really overproof IPAs. And yeah, this was canned a while back. I wonder why it only made it to the shelf right now. So 7/31/2023 canning date. These only appeared on the shelves about 2 weeks ago. So yeah. So obviously this is got lactose in it, mangoes, jasmine rice, and toasted coconut. Quite an interesting combination, you would think, yes? So yeah, without much further ado, let's just go and pour this out. So, a very hazy, cloudy orange. Um, Looks very reminiscent of orange juice, actually. Very well carbonated, but you can't really see that with the amount of haze going on here. With a frothy off-white head. You got mango and you got the toasted coconut, so mango dominates. So it meshes with the hopping, which is fairly tropical and slightly dank. Underneath that is a toasted coconut. Not really getting much of the jasmine rice. Nosing. Which makes sense. Jasmine rice is pretty delicate smelling. I would think that both the hopping and mango would really overpower it. And by the way, for those who don't know, mango sticky rice is a Thai dessert. It's basically this sort of um, Thai sticky rice that's been mixed with coconut milk and served with sliced mango. I ever mentioned, I think I mentioned it before, I'm allergic to mango. Um, the peels of the mango, very allergic to the peels of the mango. I have like almost like a poison ivy reaction to it. I can eat the mango flesh, um, and I can drink something made with mango. But if when somebody's preparing fresh mango for me, it has to be very carefully done, um, because if I get like the peel oils on the fruit itself from somebody cutting it very sloppy, it's not a good thing. Let's put it that way. But I'm pretty sure that they didn't have any peels because the oil in the peel would be very bad for the brewing process. I think it would inhibit the formation of a head in the beer. Um, urushiol oil in the peel, as well as the bark and leaves of the mango tree. Interestingly, the toasted coconut seems stronger when you're further away from it, but as you get nearer, the mango starts to predominate the nosing. Okay, onto the palate now. A fairly thick mouthfeel that's kind of balanced by hop bitterness, ever so slightly. Keeps it from being oily. So a mild hop bitterness up front. You definitely get that lactose and toasted coconut in the top note of the long finish, as well as toasted coconut on the palate in the long finish. The mango, while predominant in the nose and in the top note, while it's on the palate, um, is actually pretty muted on the palate itself. So you're getting it in the nose, not so much on your tongue. Fairly juicy in the mids, but not really mango juicy. It's more like the sort of juiciness that you get from basically every sort of hazy IPA. It's not as overwhelming as some I've had. This one is pretty well balanced. And toasted coconut is in the nose throughout. It's just kind of um, intermixed with the mango until the long finish when it finally clears the palate, and then is sort of there, remaining longer than the juiciness and the fruitiness is. As it warms up, there's a bit, the toasted coconut expands in the finish, and a slight, almost peppery note emerges. So I wonder if that's um, just because I'm very sensitive to mango, or if it's just the interplay of the ingredients therein. Maybe there's just like a touch of that sort of aromatic jasmine rice in the mids. This one's only causing a very slight histamine reaction in me, not too heavy. I mean, sometimes when I have an IPA, it's like it just turns on a faucet in my nose and eyes. Which means I probably shouldn't be drinking IPAs. Yeah. Say the interplay in between these various flavor aspects are pretty interesting. And since you're not very discreet, you have some sort of, depending on your point of view, odd or interesting taste combinations on your palate. I do wonder why. Well, I guess you can't really use coconut milk inside of a beer. It would just, sort of, because it's so fatty, it would just sort of like, you know, break apart rather than mix, be ferment along with the beer. It would just become a layer of fat along the top mostly, and that's why they probably use lactose sort of recreate that sort of um, coconut mouth feel. Okay, here it is. It's kicking in now. One of these days, I'm going to figure out what it is about it that does it. If it's the amount of hops, because normal beers don't really do this to me. Just really heavily hopped beers. But yeah, so this is, of course, a limited release seasonal. Um, get it if you can find it. Comes in 4 packs. This is not particularly up my personal alley, but I think that if you're the kind of person that really enjoys IPAs, this is pretty unique and different. It does give what I would think is a very different twist on it, more than like sort of a fruity beer milkshake. I was kind of afraid that's what it would be, uh, and it's not. It actually goes with a fairly deft hand on the hopping and the fruit, and gives that coconut quite a bit of space in order to, let it express itself. Do I find it particularly evocative of mango sticky rice? Not really, honestly. Mango sticky rice, this is way too dry for it to ever really be like evocative of that for me, because it is very cloyingly sweet if you ever have it yourself. Actual mango sticky rice, that is. Whereas this is pretty well balanced. I would not like this at all if it was as sweet as actual mango sticky rice. So yeah, if you're an aficionado of fruited IPAs, this is definitely one to give a shot. If you're like me and IPAs aren't your particular jam, you'll probably give it a pass. I'm not gonna say that this is bad. It's just between the fact that I have an allergic reaction, mild allergic reaction to IPAs. It's not something that I drink unless I'm reviewing at this point. Um, yeah, so still got 2 cans of it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Uh, if somebody asks for it, I'll probably give it to them because, like I said, if you like IPAs, this one's pretty interesting. Uh, but yeah, I think that's it. An IPA, a fruited IPA that's unique enough that it stands apart from the crowd in my book, anyways. And that is your beer review for this evening, folks. Cheers.